Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Gaming Mods for the Win, and in this episode we are going to be previewing the Lantern mod and all it has to offer. So, first of all, I'm going to start by demonstrating the lantern. Well, imagine a situation where you're walking around with thousands of torches, just placing them along the floor when you don't really want to. Well, now with this mod, you don't even have to do that. You just have to go to the lantern, simply right click as long as you have fuel in it, and you now have a walking light. So here we are.
That's pretty cool.
You can just walk and it is fine. There we are. Another part of the mod that we are going to be displaying is the head torch, and as you can see,
that's what's on your head.
Yeah,
you can't even see your eyes.
As you can see on my head is a head torch. Now this is the same thing as the lantern, but with the lantern you have to have in your hotbar at all times in order to get the light. Whereas in this, you just have to press F, and you have the lights all the time, and you don't need to have it in your inventory. The downside is though that you can't wear a helmet, so yeah.
Does it add any armor?
No, there's no armor at all. It's just a utility basically. So now we're going to teach how to make the things, and we are going to go ahead and jump off into the mod cave.
Alright, let's get going. Right, jump down the hole and enter the mod cave.
This is the mod cave, and as you can see, we've been hard at work creating a nice place to do all of our future tutorials. As you can see, we have 4 different entrances, and we're going to have lots of different mods sprouting off each. And at the moment, we're going to be displaying the lanterns, which is just down this corridor here.
Oh, I went the wrong way.
Right, as you can see, we have our little display area, which I have been hard at work while Matt has been just doing nothing, like usual.
Eating me breakfast.
So here we have the lantern, and it is made simply by having 3 iron ingots at the bottom, 3 at the top, a piece of glass on either side, and a piece of string in the middle. This gives you an empty lantern. The head torch. The head torch is simply just some leather, like this, with a lantern there. And then it is also can be made by having a helmet here, and a lantern underneath it, and that will give you an empty head torch, like the one I have on my head now. And then making a lantern minecart, which is what we have over here in this corner. Which is just simply a lantern and a minecart, and gives you a lantern with a line. A minecart with a lantern. And then to turn this on and off, you simply press Shift and right click, and it turns it on and off. Like so.
So that'd be useful in, I suppose, if you could have like a massive track or a tunnel, even like mining, and then that could be going alongside you as you go in.
Yeah, so I think the idea is to have sort of like an automated light that you can just take with you wherever you want to go. So that's a pretty cool idea, to be honest. Now moving on to the lantern hook. This here is the hook with a lantern attached. There we are. And then, so to make a lantern hook, you need a piece of iron with wood surrounding it, but nothing at the bottom. This gives you a lantern hook. With a lantern hook, you simply place it on the wall here, and then add a lantern, and here you go. You have a lantern hook that you can turn on and off.
I suppose it's good as well because, like, you know, it's not really hard materials you need to make all the stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty simple material, so it's kind of like a basic tool. It's not like some sort of like end game master diamond obsidian thing you have to get. So I suppose we'll move down now into the next room, which is the fuel room. Down here we have our minecarts, which appear to be completely broken, but the idea is that they all go around. I'll start it off now again. There we go. They all go around and bring light around. So this is like the sort of basic concept of what you can do with it. There are obviously a lot more complicated things and useful things could do with it. This is just like a display. So now we're going to move on to making the fuel. Well, there are different ways to make the fuel, and you usually make it with animal fats, basically. The slab of meat first. To make a slab of meat, you need just rotten flesh in a big, massive 3x3.
Oh wow, it actually has a use in the game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's a bit 3x3, just slab of meat, and you get a slab of meat like that. Then the animal fat is just a steak and coal in the furnace. Well, I'll show it now.
So this is just heated up in a furnace.
Yeah. So we put the steak in there. and we'll demonstrate the slab of meat as
So
well.
is this cooked meat?
Same
You can
thing.
only use cooked meat to make the fat.
Yeah, you can only use cooked pork and cooked pork, cooked steak, and a slab of meat. So I will put the pork chop in here. Okay, just wait for it to cook. As you see, we have animal fat now. So we take this out, and then with the animal fat, you can make bottled fat, which is simply a glass bottle and some fat. So I will do that now.
I'm riding the minecart. Oh, it's going the wrong way.
You having a fun time there? Whoa. Whoa.
Oh.
We appear to have some lag.
All I can see on my screen is just a wall.
Okay. So this gives you a bottled fat. And with the bottled fat, you can then turn that into lantern oil by just cooking it again. So if we go over here and stick this back in.
Oh.
Just wait a few seconds. There we are. We now have a lantern oil. And then we can use this lantern oil to fuel the lanterns. So now we have an empty lantern. Put some lantern oil in. We now have a lantern. And as you can see, each time you fill it up with one bottle of lantern oil, you get 5 minutes worth of fuel. So you can fill it up to a maximum of an hour. So that is really useful, and you can go on for a long time.
Oh,
There's also one more way to make the lantern oil, and this is the bio way, which is the more economically friendly way. I mean, not the economical. This is the more bio-friendly way. So it helps it's the more environmentally friendly way, but it is very difficult to make. And to do this, you need bottled water, which is simply just a bucket of water in a bottle, and then sugar around of it. And after you have that, you get the sugar water, which is 2% fermented already.
So is that not as powerful as the oil itself?
No, this is exactly the same. You basically have to leave it in your inventory for 15 minutes, and then after those 15 minutes are up, you can it'll be fermented, and then you can cook it to make the lantern oil, and then that is it,
Well,
really.
it's probably a lot easier just using the other versions then.
Yeah, it is a lot
Getting
easier,
the
but
fat.
if you don't have any, for example, any like cows or zombies or anything, you can just use this way, but it just takes a long while.
Right, so I've got this lantern, how do I turn it, how do I use it on, how do I put it on?
Right, you simply just right click with the lantern. There we go, the lantern is on, and you can now move around freely with the lantern. Anyway, that was the lanterns mod. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Gaming Mods for the win, and we will see you in the next episode.